There are 4 one-handed swords you can get in the Siege of Paris DLC, including that amazing Joyeuse. I will tell you how to get all 4 of them in this video, showcase them in action as well, and you will find timestamps to the specific weapons in the video description, so you can skip ahead if you want, although I will be sharing tips for every weapon, so I think you want to see that. A like on the video would really help the channel of course out. And let's go. As always, giveaway for Helix credits can be found in the pinned comment. 2,300 credits. The winner will be announced next week. And you have to be a subscriber of the channel before you enter. Good luck. You find 2 of the 4 one-handed swords very easily in the world. The Durendal is in a gear chest over here on the map, which you can already go to immediately if you want. Go down the well, take out the snake that is waiting for you there, and then loot the chest to get it. All the weapons in the Siege of Paris DLC look pretty cool, by the way, including this sword. It's one of the larger one-handed swords we got, and it turns gold when you upgrade it. So I think it looks pretty nice. In terms of stats, it gives 20 crit chance when you are at 85% health or higher, but the problem is that if you only have a 1 crit chance item, you will not really notice the benefits, because a 30 crit chance is only 10% if you like calculate it to Odyssey terms. But yeah, if you combine it with other crit chance items like 2 Nibelheim gear pieces, you can of course get Adreda when they appear, and 2 pieces from the Fane armor, you can build more crit chance. And another new one-handed sword, the ringed sword, works great in combination with these items too. This weapon namely has a 30 crit chance when dodging for 2.5 seconds. So if you utilize all these perks, then you will totally see those orange numbers more often. But again, only really if you focus on the crit chance with every gear item and weapon. Without it, the perks from the swords are pretty much useless. And it of course is called a ringed sword because of the ring on the handle. Looks awesome, and it has diamonds on the blade too. And you get this one during the main story, so you cannot really miss it while playing through the Siege of Paris. It's near the end though, so it will likely be the final sword you get in the DLC. What you can already get the moment you get to Francia from a mystery is the Egbert sword. This one increases stun after each hit, which is not great or anything, but yeah, it is better like solo compared to the crit chance weapons. And this blade of course stands out because of the engraving on the blade we touched on before in previous videos. There were 170 of these Egbert swords found in Europe according to Wikipedia, so they are quite rare, and this DLC plays around with that too. You namely get the sword from a mystery. You can just go to the icon on the map or immediately go to the location over here. Here you will namely find a Norse man who is also fond of the weapon, and by talking to him you get 3 choices which all end up giving you the sword. You likely already have charisma on level 2 at this point, so you can just select that for the weapon, but then you skip a whole fight. Like I did the fight option myself, I'm not going to pay 3000 silver. And yeah, then you have this extra Drangir type battle over the blade. You can only take some damage, and it feels more well earned to get the weapon this way, but it's of course up to you. And yes, you see me use the Joyeuse sword during this fight, and this is totally the best one-handed sword in the game right now, although again, to be fair, the other blades are just not really strong. You get this from the hidden mission, which you get after finding the Hidden Ones Bureau in Paris, which over here on the map. And I will talk more about that mission in a moment, share some tips on how to get the weapon, but first let's go over tricks on how to best utilize the blades, because without these things you can have a hard time enjoying the perk, which is poison your weapons for 5 seconds after 5 successive heavy hits. And there are 3 heavy hits in one combo, meaning you would have to do the combo almost 2 times to have the effect trigger, which is not ideal, especially against these Siege of Paris enemies that like to run away a lot. A tactic that I like to use is use the new Golden Flame Bomb ability on an enemy. I keep it on level 1 by the way, so I don't throw the enemy away. No, instead they like stay in front of me and become an easy target, get blown up and sometimes hit the ground after the explosion, which gives you enough time to do the 5 heavy hits without having to chase down the enemy. Having poison build-up runes on the blade can actually be nice, so you make sure the enemies get the full poison effect faster. And an amazing major rune I've been rocking is the heavy combo finishers have a chance to drop a poison cloud. As you will be spamming heavy hits on the enemies with this weapon anyways, having the extra poison cloud appear is just amazing. But yeah, the fact still remains that as of right now, it's hard to like chase for the major rune that you want. Although there are of course merchants in Paris you can check which are selling new major runes all the time. Another thing I discovered is that using a second one-handed sword in combination with the Joyeuse lets you pull off the effect from that weapon even faster. Because now you swing around 2 blades, so you already have poison on your weapons at the end of one heavy combo. So that is 3 hits, which is a game changer. I put the heavy hits on fallen enemies, poison them, major rune on my offhand weapon, which helps you get the poison effect up even faster. Like then you can do some really crazy combos and really play around the poison, which makes this a really satisfying combo. Also smart is to do the Vengeance of Thor after getting poison on your blade from the Joyeuse perk, because then you spin around and poison the enemies real fast too. I never really used poison, but thanks to this Joyeuse sword, I'm totally on board now. But yeah, of course, if you don't like this effect, they can still put the amazing luck over other one-handed swords in the game. Like, I love the colored blade and the handle. It's totally one of the coolest looking weapons in the game for sure. So again, to get it, you need to open the Hidden Ones Bureau. But to be fair, it's pretty easy as the moment you get the quest. So by like climbing down and seeing the door, you will see 3 icons on the map showcasing where you need to go. Every location has you find an underground area, so look for breakable things on the ground that are pretty obvious by the way. And from there, just follow the path to, in the end, get the key. Once you got all 3 keys, you can return to the bureau, and then inside you have to destroy a destroyable wall. So it will be handy to have at least 1 adrenaline bar when you go down, so you can use the incendiary powder trap ability. And then you find the chest with the Joyeuse sword inside. As easy as that. Subscribe for way more Valhalla and Siege of Paris content. Yes, I will be going over the new scythe weapons very soon as well, and the new armor sets and way more. A like on the video would of course really help me out. And maybe that scythe video is already up. Then you can watch it by clicking on the screen. Otherwise you see our overview video with important info you need to know here up instead. For now, I will speak to you next time. Enjoy the DLC and goodbye.